What's up, everybody, and welcome to TinkTink.org Interviews. I'm your host, Josh Wilson, here today with four members of Grimoire Assembly Forge, aka the talent behind the upcoming 2D side-scroller. Dude, bro, my shit is fucked up, so I got to shoot/slice you too. It's Straight-Up Dawg Time. Joining us today, we have musical contributor Gavin Quinn, co-lead writer David Kreinberg, lead sound effects and voice acting Rob D. Dolder. Still screw that one up. Nah. And head of marketing and producer, Mr. Sil Dimmer. How are y'all doing today?
Fantastic.
Good.
Very good.
Doing great.
Thanks for having us.
Nice. Oh, no problem, no problem. All right, so let's start at the beginning. How did Dude Bro all get started? Whoever
There's
wants.
a long story behind that one.
Yeah. Oh man. David, do you want to take that one? I think you're like more
Yeah,
the old.
sure. So this guy, I'm sure everyone's familiar with the NeoGAF forum. Well, this guy named Cuyahoga, I think that's how you pronounce it. He rented a game called Imagine Babies Fashion, which is in the Imagine series, or is it the Baby series? I don't even know.
Very manly, very manly.
It's a fantastic
Yeah.
series. Try to.
It's the
Very
Let's
bad.
Get Rich Quick Scheme series.
Yeah. So he expected it to go, the thread to go a little better, but of course it's the internet, so everyone accuses him of being a pedophile. So to defend himself, he gave a title, a made up game, which is the exact opposite extreme, making fun of like Call of Duty, Duke Nukem, all that stuff. And then everyone's like, you know, that's a good name. Let's make this, and that's pretty much how it started.
And I led
Yeah.
to Photoshops and so on and
Yeah.
so on. Everyone actually liked the idea. And
If
so
you go back to
here we
the-
are.
Happy little accident. It's very nice. So, what made each of you decide to stick with and help make this game, especially since it's all unpaid volunteer work?
Well, I came into the game when the thread was first made for the game. I wasn't into when it first started happening, all the Photoshops. I didn't see that, but someone made a thread on the game saying, "Hey, this is actually happening. We're really gonna make a game here." I jumped on right away. I've been interested in video games all my life, and I've been thinking about, hey, maybe we should get in the industry, and this is a first step in that in a way. And I believe in the team. Everyone's doing good work, and so far, yeah, everything is coming together even better than it has in the first year. Right now, we're in a good spot.
Very nice.
Yeah. For me, I was always interested, and I actually haven't been a member of NeoGAF for a long time, but it's just the idea of the thread was really exciting to me, and the stuff that I saw as like an outside member before I joined the team just seemed really really cool, and there was a lot of excitement around this fun new game, and so it took me a long time to try and figure out like what I could try to pitch to like help out with the team, and it was after I got my first job as a QA tester at Namco, I was like, oh, okay, maybe now I can finally like contribute something to the team here, and it kind of went from there.
So, what exactly do each of you do, and how many different kinds of hats have all of you had to wear during the development?
Well, I'll tell you first. I came in originally for music. I saw it going on, and it comes back to why did I want to join up. It's I thought it'd be fun. I was doing some electronic music stuff, trying to get a little creative outlet because my work is not so creative because not allowed to mess around on the networks. So at home, do some creative stuff and hobby around. They liked my music and got in, and quickly really realized that they needed more stuff like sound effects and Foley, and that's really what I ran into eventually, and that expanded itself to the voice acting as well, to direct that a little bit and start collecting that. And that's mostly what I've been doing. Still do some songs once in a while, but these guys have more talent than I do anyway. So the music that they deliver is fantastic, and I'm more in the electronic genre, and they're in the hard rock dude bro music. So I try to support them as good as I can, and just make sure I deliver some good explosions and add to it that way.
What I like about this project is that even though we have specific roles and what we really focus on, we all kind of collaborate and do things together. for example, I came into music, but then I also do Q&A. Whenever we have some new things added to the game, I give my feedback, and it really helps. Because it's a team effort.
Yeah, we always do critique to each other a lot, even if it's not where you normally do your work. So just outside opinion. Okay, that looks good, that works, that doesn't look so good, or this could be better, and and of course say when it's great as well. But just patting each other on the back the whole time is not going to help us get on the place we want to be.
And even when it comes to marketing and stuff, we all put our heads together for that April Fool's joke we did last year. It was everyone put their heads together and tried to think of some cool stuff. It's just kind of across the board. I mean, we have titles that kind of help kind of solidify what we focus on. But yeah, really everybody does as much of everything as they can. It's great.
All right. Who do we have left? I'm a horrible counter. Or I guess everybody's good.
Also chime in.
All right. So Dudebro was originally going to be a 3D top-down shooter, but its current iteration is now a 2D side-scroller. What was the inspiration behind this, and what's going to make Dudebro stand out from any of the other side-scrollers from back in the day?
Beards.
Oh,
sorry.
Yeah. When we had the top-down shooter design, I guess this goes back to how the project started, because when the project started, there was a bunch of feedback from everybody on in that thread who wanted to help out with the game and contribute, and so it looked like we were going to have a team of 100 plus people, or even 130. I think is what we capped out at some point. And so we had scoped out this really big game with 3D environments and 3D art assets and all kinds of cool stuff that we were going to build with this top-down shooter built in Unity. As time went on, we as with anything that's volunteer based, you have these violent drop offs and kind of pickups again of people who want to contribute. It was about the time we did that April Fool's thing where we allowed you to pick a pre-order item, and one of them was Retrovision, I think it was, where we kind of made the game look like a 2D side scroller. Around that time, it was the team was crumbling a lot, and when we didn't really know what to do. We knew we couldn't finish the game that we had originally scoped out because of the team members we had left was 15 to 10 people, and it wasn't the 50 that we needed. So we decided to change direction, and first it was the 2D sprites within that top-down shooter, but we decided to just scrap that as well and just make a whole new 2D game, and that's what you see now. And it's something that the team has been much more excited about. Everyone after we made the switch was I actually enjoy playing 2D games more than I would do top-down shooters, and so it's just been a much better fit for everyone on the team, which is really cool. And I think it's something that we feel is more ours. Whereas that top-down shooter just kind of happened because people threw out ideas for a top-down shooter when that thread first came about. But this is more our version of what we want Dudebro to be.
It was certainly a tough decision too, because I mean we made the change around just over a year ago, so we were already about 2 years into development of the old style. So it's tough to just throw that all away and all right, we're just gonna make a new game almost. But everyone's happy with it, or we've made more progress in that 1 year than the past development. Everyone's more motivated to work on it. Everyone wants to play the game more than ever.
We actually wanted to do a 2D side-scroller from the beginning, but eventually it just turned into a top-down shooter when Mick came aboard, because I guess that just it's just better suited to 3D assets and all that stuff. Yeah. Because I know there was a prototype that I still have somewhere on the computer that was the old 2D side scroller. Looks really different.
I remember that. Yeah, that was in the first few weeks even.
Yeah, actually, we do have a post on the website about that.
In reality, I think it's just it's in its nature to be a 2D shooter, and we've just been fighting it for 2 years. You can't stop nature, really. It's just
we've gotten a good response too. If you see
It's begged for
most of
this
the
to be.
comments, right? Most of the comments from the trailer we just posted, where we finally revealed, hey, we're doing a 2D sky scroller. Pretty much, well, the majority we think is saying, hey, I'm glad you switched to 2D, even though I didn't say it. I wasn't a fan of the top-down shooter, but so it was the right
We were
decision.
all thinking it.
Yeah, and we were all super like cautious of like the backlash of another retro indie 8-bit platformer or whatever, and so far there's been a few of those comments with the new trailer, but yeah, for the most part everyone seems to love it. Which is
Yeah, we thought it was going to go a lot worse.
oh yeah,
Congrats on that. So, will Dudebro include, in today's day of age, any type of co-op, multiplayer, any goodness like that? Or are we just gonna have a pure single-player experience?
Andrea told us not to talk about that, so
Oh,
yeah.
Not to talk about. I don't know anything about that.
Yep.
What?
yeah.
That's the whole
Co-op is
thing we can talk about.
Well, what about DLC, pre-order bonuses, anything along those lines, or is that another no-no?
day one DLC and probably like a season pass that'll cost about
Yeah, absolutely.
like 2%.
That's how it's supposed to be done, right? All right.
The
Now,
game is free, but to play it, you no.
Now, John St. John, the man behind the voice of legendary Duke Nukem, lent his talents to voicing the lead character of John Dudebro. Now, how did y'all manage to pull this off? And is it a coincidence that the gameplay of Dudebro is reminiscent of Duke Nukem, as is the mannerisms of each game's lead character?
Sure.
Yeah.
Who was it that actually got the voice from him?
It was Dak. The
Yeah, that was Dak back.
big guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he knew John St. John, and he just asked him, hey, like, hey, do you want to do some lines for us? And John was super into the idea, and he recorded some lines.
Yeah.
And it's super awesome to have him on board.
Yeah, he even played some of them at the time. I noticed as well. Like maybe a year later on one of his panels that he did. And it's like, wow,
Yeah,
he's
there was
really
that
into it. He really
panel.
likes what he's been doing, So it's really cool. And I
Yeah.
think for the mannerisms and what you're saying, it's so much likeness to the original Duke Nukem is because that's the whole point. It's a dude bro game. It's a male testosterone laden game. That's what you automatically get. And I think that's what you're
He's the
seeing. That's
original
also the
Dude
point
Bro.
of it. Pretty much.
All right. So, about how much dialogue was actually recorded by John St. John?
That is top secret. We can tell you, but then I have to hunt you down.
Let's
Oh, God,
Let's not do
do
that.
that. All right. So,
just say,
go ahead.
however you pronounce his name. I don't know.
Boy, having a Skype call with 5 people, this
Yeah.
is just all organized as hell.
Yeah, we're pretty bad at this. I'm sorry about that.
I'm trying to raise my hand, but it's not helping any.
Podcast was the same way.
So, have any of you ever worked on developing a game prior to Dudebro? And if any of you have, has the development process of Dudebro been any different?
Yeah, this is my first.
Yep.
Yep.
This is I think most of our first.
Yeah, pop my cherry on this
We
one.
don't know.
Bunch of amateurs here.
Hey, man, that's how a lot of great games started. So,
Yeah, I work in I guess games, if you want to call it that, because I work a lot with social and mobile games on iPhones and Androids and stuff. So it's wildly different from what this is. But I think I like at some startups that I've worked at, the mentality that we have here within the team of like wearing multiple hats and kind of doing what you need to do to make the product as awesome as it can be. That kind of mentality has definitely transferred over to the Dudebro team and back to my own like work outside of Dudebro. So I think as far as that's concerned, it's really cool to see that we're amateurs and yeah, we're pretty much amateurs when it comes to making 2D games like this. But our work process is very professional.
Yes.
Even though this is the first game I ever worked on, I can imagine it's a lot different than most because we're all around the world. This is the first time we've even talked to each other, really. So we have to do all this through forums and just IRC and chat. It's all text. We've never met each other.
We should have a post-release party. Italy.
Beer and hookers everywhere. Yeah.
Italy used to be not bad. But yeah, and behind that, saying on the way that we treat this as professional as we can be, obviously, I think a big, in my opinion, a big drive behind it is Andrea. He really is a big, he's our team lead, if you will, and that really helps. I think he keeps us nicely on track. He keeps the whip going.
Absolutely.
This
He's
is
very
his game.
dedicated.
If anything, it's insane how much effort and work he has put into this game. It's awesome.
Absolutely.
Now, besides everybody being spread around the world and working together and all that good stuff, have y'all ran into any other kind of particular challenges during the development?
The fact that we're volunteer based is like our biggest challenge, I think. Just because it used to be a lot worse than it is now, where we allowed everyone to contribute if they wanted to, and then people would be super amped for 1 week, and then the next week you would never hear from them again. Not that it happened with everybody, but there's definitely a few cases like that where you spec out some task lists for them, and then they just kind of don't do what they should have done, which makes sense because it's volunteer based. And since we kind of went back to this 2D side scroller, we also decided to try to keep the team a little tighter and not just allow everybody who wants to join right away. And I think that's fixed a lot of the volunteer problems that we've had to deal with.
Yeah, another challenge for me would be the balancing it with work and family and all the other stuff that I do. Again, they give you a lot of leeway, which is good, and we have good communication, which really helps. But you have to juggle it. It's not your day job. And I know some on our team were students when we started, and once they got their jobs, they started feeling what I've been going through for a while, which is a good vindication for my situation. It's like, aha, I told you it wouldn't be easy. And add kids and everything to that, which are still number one priority. My wife and my kids, you have to try to balance that, but it works. And because we work asynchronous, you can do everything in the points that you have time, which is really useful as well. We don't have to work only within the same 8 hours, and I think that's really helpful.
So, if/when Dudebro becomes wildly successful, will you all quit your current jobs and pursue game development full time?
Well, we're still going to be pretty poor, I think, because we're not making any money off it.
Yeah.
So it's free to play then.
Oh yes.
Yeah,
That's
totally.
something we've had from
That's
day
free.
one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'm just oblivious. Sorry.
Yeah, that's fine. The question we get quite a bit.
All right. Well, okay. Well, let's say it becomes successful in the eyes of critics and gamers without them giving you your money. Would you still all consider making an actual game that you can get some compensation for?
Absolutely.
Yeah, I don't think the team's. I think we would be up to making another game after this if it's successful, and we can.
Yes.
Once we finish it, that's what we're focusing on this. But I think that'd be a good idea to continue on, keep doing more stuff.
I still wouldn't quit my job yet, though. I like my health insurance, guys. Sorry.
Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah.
I live in Canada, so
We could all move to Canada. There you go.
Okay.
There we go.
True.
All right, so Dudebro 2, as of right now, is coming out for Windows, but are there any plans on bringing it to Mac, Linux, PSN, XBLA, any mobile devices, anything along those lines?
So
Are we allowed to talk about that? I can't remember.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean,
I
yeah,
can tell
we
you.
can say stuff.
I mean-
I mean, it's pretty clear that we're building Dudebro 2 with XNA. So that doesn't really allow us to jump to a bunch of different platforms. We can probably throw it up on like Xbox Live Indies if we wanted to. But even then, I'm not sure what Microsoft's policies are when it comes to that platform and how they deal with like charging for games if they even allow free games on there. I'm not totally sure. But Mac, I think is just yeah. Sorry, what was that?
Well, I think either way, I think the goal is just to complete the game first, and then once we do that, then we can worry about how to release it.
I'll converting and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, true. Yeah, exactly. Because if it comes out and it's like like a huge hit, like you said, and a billion people want to try and play it. I'm sure we could figure something out to get it to as many platforms as we wanted to. But I mean, yeah, everyone's still focused on trying to make the game first because we're not done yet with it.
So, any advice to any young game developers out there?
Make a game. I mean, I'm just sort of the advice I've heard of other big developers. It's really just make a game and do it. It's hard to get started, but once you do, it's the best thing to do to get into the industry.
Yeah, just pick it up, try to make something. If you can find somebody to do it with, that'd be even better. Ask for critiques from anybody you can find, and say, hey, I made this. What do you think? Even if it's just a concept, and be open to that critique, and then move on from there. And you'll learn as you go. I mean, if you've never done anything like that before, and even if you have, I think even if you have went to college for it, you got to start somewhere, and be creative. Just do whatever you want. It's your game, and be open for critiques, what people say, and make adjustments if you feel they need it, and if not, then don't. If you want to make something just because you like it, then make it.
Yeah, and I think it's really important in today's world that like you don't even really need like the greatest technical skills to make a game. You can go download Game Maker or like plenty of other like Game Salad, I think is one of them.
Game Salad is there. Yep, XNA. There's many different paths.
Totally. And I mean, you could even just like join like one of the hundreds or thousands of game communities out there, and just kind of like as long as you jump in there and really want to try and make something, people will try to help you, and you can you can learn basically anything if you put your mind to it. So I think that's the key thing, is to jump in there if you really want to do it.
Yeah, and if even within the people that have sort of quote unquote made it and are working in the industry, a lot of them are even very willing to give you advice or to talk to you, whether it's by email or in person if you meet them on the panel. I've noticed that as well, that some people, they're very open to talk to you. They're all excited. There's all people that are fans of gaming and they happen to work in it, and they're always very open to talk to other people as well, as I at least myself have experienced. So don't be afraid to ask. The worst they can do is say, I don't want to talk to you, right? And usually that won't happen. They will be very excited to talk to you because you're just another same as them. We're all the same. And it's a very open community, in my experience.
I agree.
So, anything else y'all care to say about the game, about life, anything to the fans?
Game's fucking awesome, man. It's really cool.
Very nice.
It is.
I would like to say, the fans, be patient. We are serious about it. It's not just a lame joke or anything like that. If we wanted to do that, we would have been done within a half an hour of brainstorming and putting something on a quick flash game. We are taking this serious. We want to give you something that we would like to play and present it to you, and hopefully you'll enjoy it. And it's truly, community orientated. It grew from the community. It's made by the community for the community. So be patient with it, and hopefully you guys will enjoy it.
Yep.
Yeah, I completely agree with that.
I agree too.
Awesome. Well, everybody, since you're already here, you might as well subscribe to our YouTube channel, and be sure to visit our site, tinktink.org, for all of your gaming needs. Also, be sure to check out dudebro2.com for news on the upcoming game. Also, be sure to check out the NeoGAF forum, since, well, that's where Dudebro was kind of born. And special thanks to our guest today for talking with us. This has been Josh Wilson, and as always, thanks for listening to tinktink.org interviews.
Thank you.
Thanks for having us.